giantfreakingrobot.com. That's a better non-porn name than the other article.
Yeah.
They dropped a huge nugget in terms of Doctor Strange 2 in their article, saying that Professor X is confirmed to be a part of the movie. Fellas.
Well, they said part of the MCU. Are they saying it's actually part of the Doctor Strange film?
They're saying Professor X will be a part of Doctor Strange 2. He will make an appearance. Yes.
How big of a part?
Ooh.
That isn't to be. They don't know much past that.
Yeah.
They don't even know who's going to be casted as Professor X.
They're not going to give it to Homeboy?
Well, it's Disney, so they might find a reason to say we need another white boy. You know what I mean?
I mean, well, the thing is,
I feel like you should just give it to Homeboy.
Who? One.
Is that who? Is that? I was going to ask y'all both. Who do you want to be Professor X? Do you want McAvoy? Do you want Patrick Stewart? Do you want somebody new?
Stewart.
Keep it OG, right?
McAvoy ain't bad, but when you're thinking about it, I mean, as far as continuity is concerned, timeline and all that, McAvoy was the younger dude back in the 70s and shit.
That's
so
right.
It would make sense for Captain Picard to come on in and just, I mean, he don't age either. This dude must be a vampire, bro. He's looked the same since the early 90s.
I don't know. There's something going on. He's
been old for my whole life.
Yeah. I mean, him and like Morgan Freeman, they hang out a lot. And then, they're probably Highlanders and they're still waiting to figure out if they're going to fight Betty White or not. I don't know. But
hey, y'all ever seen that picture of like Betty White, like 1950? Like where she had the dress on? Betty White had ass, y'all.
Betty White is older than sliced bread. And I'm not lying.
That's fine.
Look it up. And
listen.
I'm like, holy shit. She was amazing. She was fine.
Beyond sliced bread, she had cake back in the 50s. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
So it's the 50s, but that was good cake. Yeah, my mama was born around that time. Anyway, this is getting weird.
But McAvoy or Patrick Stewart. From what I've heard, Patrick Stewart had like a really impassioned whole kind of conversation about saying goodbye to that character. Same thing as what's his name, Logan.
I was gonna bring him up because the MC
Hugh
Jackman, they reached out to him to see if he wanted to be a part, and it doesn't look like he's going to, because if they're doing Doctor Strange 2, and DJ, you know this more better than I do, if Wolverine matches up with the Scarlet Witch in this scenario, you know what happens because it happened in the comic.
Yeah, but I mean,
and Hugh Jackman didn't want to go out that way, from what the article was saying.
True. And I don't think he wanted to go out that way, and he's already, like, from what I read in that article too, he already said goodbye. Him and Patrick Stewart already said goodbye, and having to drudge up those feelings to come back for something as novice is just like a little bit, a blip. It's kind of like, why do I want to go ahead and say goodbye to the character again? And the way I'm saying goodbye isn't as great as Logan. It's like, if I want to say hello to this character again, it has to be just as good as when I said goodbye. And I don't think that's going to happen on the multiverse. I think they're going to be a blurb or a blip, and then that's it. And if that's the case, I mean, why do it? I wouldn't do it if I was an actor. I would choose against it.
Right.
So I think that they're probably doing the same thing. So it may just be McAvoy.
I'm not against it being McAvoy, but if I had my choice, it would definitely be Captain Picard all day.
If I had my druthers.
He's Xavier.
Yeah. He was one of the few. He was one of the few bright spots in the Sony films, man.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
But with them bringing everything that they're bringing back, I mean, especially for Spider-Man, it kind of works with it. Why people would think, yeah, they're going to go ahead and probably bring him back, and maybe Logan will show up. I mean, because the thing is, a lot of people with their whole speech that they have and they go through saying that they're not going to be in an MCU film, and then later they're in an MCU film. It sounds like it does sound like a script that they've been given by like Disney, and they're like, all right, just say this, and these are the buzzwords you have to say. Just at least remember these buzzwords, and then you can say no and make it any way you want. I feel that's what they always do. And it's like you can kind of hear it now when they say it, and you're just like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll see him in something. You know, it's like, and that's what it kind of felt with Patrick Stewart.
So essentially, you're saying it, Disney is training these prominent celebrity actors to do the James Brown, basically, like, you know, get dragged off with the cape. I can't do it no more. I can't fuck with it. Yeah. No, fuck it. I'm back. I got the juice, baby. Come get it.
But I mean, it could just be that their publicist people are pretty smart and figured out the terms that that Disney uses, and they're just like, all right, here, make sure you say it too. It could be. There's so much happening. Who knows? I want Patrick Stewart. B-Wall wants Patrick Stewart.
Yes, I do.
I'm thinking you want Patrick Stewart. I mean, pretty much is
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. Pretty much the world wants Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart.
I'm with the shits, Patrick Stewart. And hopefully, you know, I all bullshit aside, if they're going to come back, it sounds like they need to make it worth their while to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so Disney, figure this shit out, get it done, because there's only one Wolverine. There's only one fucking Xavier. That's the only thing they got right. To be Wall's point.
That's true.
Well, they got Magneto right.
Oh yeah, that was impressive. True.
I mean, Gandalf killed his role as Magneto.
Yeah, right. That's fact. I stand corrected. By himself, by Magneto himself.
That's it.
Let's keep it going.